Afternoon, a blustery and brisk Bedford afternoon sets the scene for our second away game of the week for Bedford. This one, on paper, the tougher of the two. Winslow, clear favourites, having lost only one game in 6 months. But as we've seen from the footballing world this afternoon, the underdogs always have a way of prevailing. Let's have a look at the teams. Starting with the home side, Winslow United. Interesting to see Rio Deal, only 19 years of age, from the MK Dons Academy, scored 6 goals this season from his role at left back. Be interested to see how he gets on. Up front, Lewis Workman and Robbie Carter will be pulling the strings, both senior backsmen in their own rights. The away side, a more familiar outfit to those watching the stream. Bedford. Carl Forster remains in between the sticks. Mark Bunker returns to the starting 11. Cade Stevens-Abbey once again will be patrolling the wider flanks, and Tyrell McLeod-Bentley, Andre Rees-Brown controlling the middle of the park. Scott Joseph keeps his place after a interesting first game for him. Danny Watson, the more experienced head, wears 10 as Sam Rogers is dropped to the bench. Well, there we have it. Bedford wearing the burgundy and blue this afternoon. Quite like this kit, actually. Let's see if it has any lucky charms. Bedford to kick off. It's Josh Bamford who stands over it once again. Skipper for this afternoon. Ben McGrath, the club captain, is returned from an illness on the bench, but for now remains on the sidelines. Could be introduced into this matchup at some point. Just waiting for the whistle, that of Neil Angus, who will be controlling things this afternoon. Off we go. A blustery wind. It says about 20 mile an hour sort of wind for northwesterly, so going across the pitch at the moment, which could cause all sorts of issues and make this game far more open than it may seem on paper. Mark Bunker initially trying to make something of this first attack. Marvin Hamilton tussling with Lewis Workman. McLeod-Bentley, the ball goes awry. You can imagine that's not the first time that a pass is askew this afternoon. This wind is currently rocking our tower. Goodness me, it is freezing here. No comfort of the van for me this afternoon. And at the moment, we're feeling the full effects. Lewis Workman. This is Rio Deal, who you mentioned in the opening. He could have something to say in this encounter. Neil Angus just not really appreciating the back chat from Tyrell McLeod-Bentley. There he is, the man in the middle. He's referee 2 of Bedford's last 3 games. Referee at Wellingborough Whitworth in that 4-0 win, and then Rushden and Higham, the 2-1 win back at McMullen Park. Mark Bunker with the long throw, trying to find Bamford, and the flick on to Joseph, who's trying to pressurise this back line. Atwell dispossessed by Joseph, who just puts a little bit too much on that. Atwell with a long throw over the top. This finds Robbie Carter. Could cut in from Robbie Carter, foraging into the middle of the box. Workman's there. Falls to Ian Ellie. Shot just missed sign from Ian Ellie. This is great work from Carter. Tries to find Workman and Reece Brown, the reason that it couldn't get there. And this strike from Ianelli, just wide, but a warning shot from Winslow in this opening 2 minutes or so. Carl Forster once again looking pretty in pink. Didn't have the most favourable of afternoons back on Tuesday, conceding 4. We'll look to be rectifying that in this encounter. Tyrell McLeod-Bentley does well to get the ball. Bedford holding up play, waiting for Stephen Zabby. Good 1-2. Ball into the mix-up. Forces a clearance out of Atwell. Draycott will look to use the long throw, get as much of a run-up as possible. Into the middle towards Watson. Doesn't get up for it. Good work from Carter. But a swarm of burgundy and blue denying Winslow the ball for now. Here's Workman. Once again, good work in the midfield. McLeod-Bentley. Having an up and down sort of half season, as it were, McLeod-Bentley, since we started watching him. He's had borderline man of the match performances, followed by some less impressive 90 minutes. Goodness me, this wind, you can see from the camera, is whistling. Offside, flag is raised on this near side. I'm sure if you're currently watching from the States, you could probably, with this weather at the moment, sail to the UK and get here before half-time. That is the sort of wind and knots that are getting racked up here in Bedford, which could cause all sort of effects on the ball. Carl Forster belts the ball upfield. Watson does his hold-up play well. Free kick, says the referee. Bit too much contact. Curtis Brown has to race to try and make sure the ball stays in play. Does well. Outwell across the deck, and Reece Brown with the clearance. Falls just in front of us. Atwell over the top once more. Brown into the mix-up. No one really there. Falls to Ianelli, again with a long shot. Again, wayward, this time over the bar, rather than to the left of it. Carl Forster once again trying to find the mixer. Good work from Jacob Williamson. Puts a lovely ball in, which causes Forster to be recalled back into action. Just taking his time, just slowing things up slightly. the low-driven ball a better option. Probably wise in these sort of conditions. Once again, it falls to the keeper. This time, goes for a slightly over-the-top approach, and Atwell boots the ball high into the sky. Where will this land? Pickard clears it, and it goes out. Brown, long throw. Good flick on. Workman, flag stays down. Workman into the middle. Forces a clearance out of bunker. Draycott controls and gets the ball away. Bamford holding up play well. Reece Brown trying to find it over the top. Ball falls in the middle. Here's Doncaster. Forster tested. This time in the air. Does well. It's the ball in from Doncaster, which takes a deflection and causes Forster to rush out a goal. Forster's seen a lot of the ball at the moment. Probably not what Bedford want. Hashtag Bedford from home. Give us a shout. We want to hear what you're up to. Probably a lot warmer than I am at the moment, but we hope that you're keeping well and enjoying this football. Use the hashtag Bedford from home on Twitter, and we'll try and give you a shout out throughout the 90 minutes. Brown offloads the ball, and this time the flag does go up. It's Rob Doncaster who finds himself offside. Yeah, as you can see that, clear as day. And the flag went up almost instantly, but nevertheless the ball was hit over the top, and we've had to go foraging to find a new one, but we've still got them. It's all good. Real Bedford, Minneapolis. Here we go. Hello, Will Roberts from Minneapolis. Hello to you too. Ed K4 EGP watching Real Bedford from North Carolina, where it's 2 degrees and sunny. Lovely stuff. And the Thor Maxian treed that ball. Indeed, the hacking nature and talk of hacking. Atwell just making himself accustomed to Phil Draycott on this far side. A thunderous shot that was heard around the ground. Bit of WWE there. Little body slam. So it will be Draycott to take the set piece. Or will it? Mark Bunker gets his go. It's been a while since we've seen Mark Bunker take a set piece. They do reap rewards. Let's see if this one can. Good ball in. He'll get another shot at it, this time under lots more pressure from Brown. Tries to release it to McLeod Bentley, who very much mistimes his shot. And the hecklers to the right of me, all the better for seeing that. Winslow looked to play from the back, trying to find Doncaster on that left-hand side. Instead it falls to Rio Deal, using Charlie Jones. Ball well controlled in the midfield, something that Bedford were considerably lacking in their contest midweek against Sheffield. Looked to have rectified that in the training session on Thursday. And the involvement potentially of Ben McGrath off the bench could help furthermore. Good pressure up front, but it's well rectified, and it's Brown on the ball now, trying to link up with Atwell. But Pickard and co do well to clear, and Bamford will look to go on the counter. Set Draycott away, who looks to instead take his time, and Bamford were looking to work in those sort of triangles and linking up. Ball still hasn't gone off. Draycott down the line. Danny Watson studs up tackle, looks a bit of pressure on the skipper, Alex McGowan. Doesn't get anywhere near, however, and falls back to Charlie Jones in goal. Stavros Messinis watching from Athens. Let's see another win. Hashtag greets from Greece. We love that, Stavros. Real Bedford from Minneapolis, starting to wonder if we're watching American football after the Draycott tackle. Exactly that. Curious Pippa watching all the way from northern Norway. Loving it so far. Keep it up. Thanks, Pippa. Great to have you with us. Do keep messaging us, hashtag Bedford from home on Twitter, because we do love to hear from you. Let us know where you're watching from, what the conditions are like over at your place. Scott Joseph on the ball will be looking to get a bit more of it than he did in his debut only 5 days ago. Good clearance from Charlie Jones, who looks to find Workman on the counter. Causes for Kyle Forster to come sweeping out and clear it all up. Great work from Charlie Jones to get the ball over the top. Workman very much on side, and Forster, slight miscommunication with Hamilton causes that issue, and once again the ball in behind and Doncaster racing after it. The breeze still blistering. Williamson, good work. That was Deal. Now this is Bamford, and Watson goes sky high, and that wind's showing its full effects and pulling the ball right across the face of this pitch. Good 1-2. Releases Curtis Brown. Brown into the middle. Free kick to the, says the referee. There it is, hashtag Bedford from home. Best to get us on Twitter. We're watching there. Nigel List saying, come on Bedford, watching from Osheda in the Netherlands. And Matthew T. McClintock checking in from Evergreen, Colorado, USA. Sunny and 25 degrees Fahrenheit. Not bad, not bad. Forster looking for Bamford. Tyrone McLeod Bentley. Robbie Carter, dispossessed. Scott Joseph. Good tackle, however, from Antonio Inianelli. Charlie Jones hoofs the ball from the back, and McLeod Bentley decides that territory may be the best answer for now. Still Winslow ball. 17 minutes gone. Still the same scoreline we had when we kicked off, 0-0. As all good games start. Ball just patrolled by Marvin Hamilton to confirm a goal kick. Hamilton has been an experienced head to introduce into the ranks, only joined a week or so ago. Sri Lankan international, usually applies his trade in the midfield, but is currently under this new regime found himself playing in a more defensive role and has been doing well in it. Looks like once again Bedford have adopted the 5-back. It's like a 5-2-3 sort of situation. A jostle for possession in the midfield. Gives Curtis Brown the ball. Out to Atwell. Into the box. Brown resets. Tries to find someone. Instead he finds McLeod Bentley. Finds Reese Brown. Could be opportunities on the counter. Look to play slow and steady. Marvin Hamilton forced to clear, trying to find Bamford. Mark Bunker switches the ball. Atwell gets to it. Reese Brown in the midfield and Draycott sets off. Good work from Curtis Brown. Better work from Draycott, however, and it's another free kick in a dangerous position. Bit of tussling and yeah, just brought down illegally, resulting in a free kick. And Curtis Brown just getting the letter of the law from our man in the middle. Bunker with the feed towards the back post. Joseph cleared by Winslow, and Doncaster could get onto this. A stiff breeze causing trouble. Williamson evades McLeod Bentley. Doncaster tries to beat the ball, he does, but can't get there quick enough to really do anything about it. Once again, Doncaster into the middle. Workman looks to turn and shoot. Can't get there. Now here's Bunker. Joseph leaves it well. McGowan gets back and involves Jones. Joseph pounces. Bedford once again have possession in the final third. Watson. Slight miscommunication between Bamford and Joseph. That trio of forward players, however, have been causing a nuisance to Winslow, and from the perspective of the home side, it's very much good news. From the away side, in fact, got to remind ourselves that Bedford are playing away from home. Bedford FC Surrey supporters, great to see club captain Ben McGrath is back from illness and back on the team sheet for today's match, albeit starting on the bench. They've given us a chant. Say, ooh, ah, Ben McGrath. Say, ooh, ah, Ben McGrath. Can we find him? Is he there? He is. He's in the middle, looking currently like a bit of a ninja. Oh, he's brought his mask down there so we can see him. It's almost like he knew that. There he is, Ben McGrath. I'm sure we'll see his involvement this afternoon. Akira says good morning from a cloudy Cascadia, USA. Hello, hello from across the pond. Hamilton with the throw, comes to nothing. Good work from Robbie Carter. Releases the other Robbie, his namesake, Doncaster. Workman. Hints of a handball, denied by the referee, and Bamford could be set free here. Freshwater, however, denying him that opportunity. Can't really see from that angle, but we can only assume from the referee's judgment that there was no contact with the hand. Either way, we'll play on. Good flick on, and Joseph tries to get a bit of space on that far flank. You can see the severity of this wind from the flag of the assistant referees when they come into picture. They are blowing strongly in the breeze as Hamilton brings the ball in, and it's a more routine save from Charlie Jones, who wastes no time to get the ball down the pitch, and Draycott is forced to clear it far off the pitch, and it's a throw in. Atwell. Here's Workman. Bit of miscommunication between Workman and Carter. Both teams still just feeling each other out, trying to adapt to conditions and the pitch as well, which is uneven in places, especially Winslow's goal, which does have a slight hillock. Hashtag Bedford from home, as we've mentioned. We do want to keep on hearing from you. You are the people that make this live stream what it is. Without you, I'd be talking to myself and look like even more of a nutcase. So thank you for that. Williamson to Atwell. Good ball in from Atwell. Causes Hamilton to roll his sleeves up and get it clear. Draycott with a good ball over the top, and it forces the Winslow defence to get back and be accurate with their clearance. They do just that. Bentley McLeod thought he had more time than he did, and here's Carter. Workman. Stevens Abbey. Played to Joseph, and Watson tries to pick up the pieces. Here's a skipper, Alex McGowan. Introducing Atwell, who's been ever present so far in all things Winslow. Ianelli, good ball in. Header mistimed. Offside, however. It was good for Ianelli. It was the right cross, and it was Cart who was on the end of it, who just mistimed his header, but the flag was raised either way, so wouldn't have mattered. Robbie Carter, signed from Buckingham Athletic, where he spent many a season. Not too far from here. We, of course, are in Buckinghamshire. an average of 1 goal every 2 games, so does know how to find the back of the net. That's a career average, so he's been doing it for a while and doing it well. Once again, the ball over the top is causing both teams all sorts of problems. Watson, the latest to apply that this time, runs a bit too far, and Jones approaches the edge of his box, and there is some real estate for Winslow to work with. Just poorly timing their runs as the flag is once again raised. The likes of Workman and Carter just need to ensure that they stay on side. Yeah, this time you can see that bit too eager. Joseph with a poor touch and an opportunity for Winslow to strike, and Joseph deflects. Change of play. Back to this near side where Winslow seemed to have been getting the most out of it. Williamson looks to shoot. There was a bit of space there. Winslow with their best looking in this fixture, causing Forster to have a little think and get the heart rate going once again. Brown, good hold up play from Carter, tries to lay it back off to Brown, can't get there. Cloud Bentley to Stevens Abbey, ball over the top, seemingly comes to nothing. Ian Ellie in the midfield, space in front of him. Just going to play it around the back, keep it patient, keep it calm. Charlie Atwell diffuses the pressure from Scott Joseph. Bedford trying to win the ball in the midfield. Carter gets the better of him. Doncaster one-on-one, flags up once more. Assistant referee on this right-hand side has been busy raising his flag as Bamford gets underway. They're looking to capitalise on Winslow errors. Curtis Brown sandwiched by Draycott. Reece Brown injured. Reece Brown getting a little bit of heckling from the Winslow faithful as he rises back to his feet. Draycott with a good ball in. Bamford gets a touch to it, not enough to trouble Charlie Jones. McGowan onto Brown. Pickard clears. Good switch over to Atwell. A tricky task to find and pick out a long ball in such conditions. We're going to keep on mentioning it throughout this contest because it's obviously tricky to see through screens, but the wind is howling in Winslow. Good work from Workman. No pun intended. Williamson on the edge of the box. Poor shot, and Doncaster tries to make something of it. Mark Bunker getting in the way. Here's Rio Deal. Carter once more, and Deal's on it, evading the teenager strikes. Good work from Rio Deal. Carl Forston once again springs to action. Seemed like nothing was on, and Rio Deal injecting some tenacity onto the ball. Good work from Watson to try and put pressure on Winslow. Ball still in play. And a testing ball for Forster, who was coming at him at a rate of knots. Just as the wind picked up. Just 10 minutes to go in this first half, and you've got to assume that to go in at 0-0 in these conditions away from home would be a very good result for Bedford. Let's see if it can stay that way, or even go one to the good for the men in blue and maroon. Chisholm Ahmadi showing he's a man of many talents, and retrieving the ball for Marvin Hamilton to get back into play with that long throw. Bedford making ground, little by little. Hamilton once more, but a deja vu. This time no one gets onto it. It goes out again. Rinse and repeat. There's Rio Deal in picture with Danny Watson, probably two of the brightest sparks in this first half. Both been influential to their sides' opening tussles. Hamilton with the long throw. McGowan clears, and Reece Brown once again falls to the deck. This time referee plays advantage. Hamilton with the low cross. Charlie Jones, this is a good ball if Curtis Brown can get onto it. He can. Gets past Draycott. Curtis Brown into the box. Tries to find Workman. Out for a corner. That's how quickly Winslow can strike. Curtis Brown evading defenders for fun and puts a good ball in, but it's smothered by McLeod, Bentley and Bunker, meaning that the shot from Workman is not ideal. First corner of the contest. Fed in by Williamson. Has to be cleared. Off the line. Free kick, Bedford. That was closer than I probably made it out to be. Good ball in from Williamson. It was Banford who cleared, and Ianelli. And it's Banford once more. A double stop from the skipper. Hashtag Bedford from home. We want to hear from you. Do give us a shout, and I'm going to give you something to comment on. These new shirts. We haven't seen them. You haven't seen Bedford in play in their away kit for this season. We've obviously had the announcement of next season's shirts already, but let us know what you think of this strip. I quite like it. Bamford. Free kick. We know that Neil Angus does blow his whistle a fair amount, and this time it's Josh Bamford who could have been in if it wasn't for the blow of the referee's whistle, and Neil Angus just ensuring that Danny Watson doesn't run his mouth too much. Experienced head, Danny Watson. Played in this league many a time, 250 appearances, and will know what gets on the right and wrong sides of referees, I'm sure. It's a fine balancing act, ensuring the referee is on your side where possible. Scott Joseph mistiming that kick. The ball helped by Mother Nature. Hefty challenge. Whistle blows. 5 minutes to go. Here's the latest affair. Yeah, bit of afters from McLeod Bentley. Carter's onto it. Fouled once again by Reece Brown. This in an all more profitable position for Winslow. It's going to be a direct free kick. Yeah, Carter who's clipped. It's going to be Curtis Brown who will take the free kick. Got a red card on Tuesday in their 3-3 draw. It's Williamson instead. He was lying over it. Curtis Brown was the man who set the ball up, so you could only assume that it was him who would take the strike, and Williamson, almost out of nowhere, forced a equal to it. Once again, the ball travels back to our favourite man in pink. Our Pink Panther, pouncing on the ball wherever possible. Scott Joseph this time dispossesses. Good ball in to Watson, just a bit too much on it. The elements proving to be an issue when judging height and distance of ball, as demonstrated almost perfectly by Charlie Atwell. Minneapolis say Bedford needs to work the right side of the pitch. Any ball through the left is sent back by Winslow. I'm inclined to agree. And Cleveland, alive and well from Cleveland. Good to hear from you. Do keep it coming. Hashtag Bedford from home on Twitter. Carl Forster and Neil Angus in conversation. Offside, says the referee. Yeah, just off. Carter. On to Atwell. Back to the skipper McGowan. Finds Carter once more. Approaching into the towards the box, and Hamilton dispossesses. Releases Stevens Abbey. Good ball down the flank, tries to find Bamford, but Deal gets in the way. Rio Deal, good ball in, and Hamilton had to be there, otherwise that back five would have been unlocked by that lovely ball from Rio Deal. Mark Bunker being utilised as part of a back three this afternoon. Usually finds himself at a right back in a back four setup, but Cade Stevens-Abbey controlling that wing back slot. Here's Brown. Good pressure in the midfield, and Draycott clears it. Handful of minutes to go. We haven't had too many stoppages in this first half, so you can only assume, as I say that, play stops, you can only assume that we don't have too many more minutes to go. Here's the latest offence. What happened here? Yeah, Robbie Carter, just a little shove on McLeod Bentley. Ball held up in the wind, and Bamford looked to pounce on it, as he does so well. Josh Bamford scored a penalty, the only goal in the game against Sheffield on Tuesday. Bunker with the feed, trying to find Watson. Falls to Williamson instead. Good ball trying to find Workman, and Marvin Hamilton decides that finding touch is the best option. And that is the half. Well, you have to say that Mother Nature wins that one. The elements proving difficult for both sides, who still look to feel each other out. Half-time score here in Winslow. Winslow United FC 0, Bedford FC 0. And we're back. Surprisingly, I think it's actually got colder and more windier. I didn't think that was possible. That we've reached new heights of cold. Nevertheless, we still have 45 minutes of football to bring you. Score still level. Someone must budge. Let's see who it will be. Once again, the ball's over the top being utilised, and those haven't gone amiss during the half-time oranges. Here's Alex McGowan. Back to Jones. Got some time on the ball and will look to pick his spot, and he can't. Instead it falls to Joseph, who comes together with Ian Ellie. Good challenge. Once again, we're back to this sort of football. Ball's going over the top. Nothing really coming of it. One team are going to have to change up their ways. Yeah, it's definitely got colder. Freshwater. Onto Atwell, who was ever so impressive in the first half. Freshwater again. Good ball to try and find Carter. Carter going on his travels. Brought down, and it'll be a free kick on the edge of the D. Good work once again from Carter. Striding forward and lurking with intent on the edge of the box. Combination of McLeod, Bentley and Draycott brings him down and gives Winslow this platform to strike from. It's once again Curtis Brown who lies over the ball. Atwell also lurking in and around it. It will be Brown. Hits the wall. Falls to Williamson. Bamford clears. Bedford get away with it. For now. Here comes Freshwater. Out to Doncaster, lying in wait. And once again, slight miscommunication on that far side. Gives Bedford the ball back. Another free kick from Neil Angus. Make of that what you will. Williamson with the feed. Good ball in. Could fall to Ianelli. Overhead kick, audacious stuff from Workman. Doesn't pay off, and Joseph could strike on the counter. Freshwater has to get back and sort some stuff out. Here's Rio Deal. Good interplay. Bamford keeps the ball alive. Freshwater back to Deal. Williamson striding forward with intent. Utilising Workman. A good ball in, which falls to Forster. who had to have his wits about him. Thunderous strike from far out. Hashtag Bedford from home. We still want to be hearing from you. Give us your half-time reviews. What we can expect from this second half. We love your punditry inputs. Using the hashtag Bedford from home is the best way for us to see them. Atwell. Good work in the midfield. Bunker. And the referee reaches for his pocket. You'd assume a yellow will be pulled. There it is. Mark Bunker. Let's have a look at this challenge. Yeah, bit of studs up on Carter. Deemed to be a bookable offence. Ball splits defenders, but there's no Winslow players on it, and Scott Joseph goes to the races. That good ball from Forster over the top, trying to cause a bit of trouble. McLeod Bentley does well in the midfield. Watson over to Joseph. Calls of handball denied by the referee. Very similar occurrence in the same spot in the first half, and both of them denied. Now everyone's having a go at the referee. There's the latest challenge. Tempers starting to flare. Both teams restless. Rio Deal. Comfortable save for Forster. Minneapolis say a draw with Winslow in these conditions would be considered a win for Bedford. Don't think you're far off there. Winslow second in the league. Have only lost once in 6 months. That was back on the 15th. Since then, we're unbeaten since mid-September in this league. Still second to Stotfold, who, as you'll know, beat Bedford in our first live-streamed game 4-1. But likewise, Winslow beat Stotfold 4-1 not too long ago. So Bedford at the moment holding strong. Draycott with the ball in, finds Doncaster. Stevens Abbey does well in the air. McGowan out to Brown. Doncaster could pounce onto this. Pickard does ever so well, however, to mitigate the Winslow threat. Draycott tries the ball over the top. McGowan recovers, and Freshwater will look to utilise Deal on this left flank. Jacob Williamson. Lovely ball, finds Atwell. Danny Watson playing in a slightly deeper role in this second half. Good work from Freshwater to have the wherewithal to backheel it to support. Minneapolis giving us a weather update. It says Bedford 6 degrees Celsius with wind. Minneapolis minus 23 degrees Celsius with wind. So I should really stop complaining, shouldn't I? Another foul, and this time the Louis Vuittons are out. Bit of push and shove. What's the referee doing here? No, I'm just pulling up his shorts. But I think a card has been reached for Phil Draycott. The latest to be booked. There it is. More cards. This time, yeah. A hefty challenge on Brown, who gets the ball in, and Bunker is forced to clear. High boot gives Bedford the ball. Forster finds Watson. No one home, however. Rio Deal put under some pressure, but does well to relieve that. McLeod Bentley deflects the ball, and the referee just confirming that the free kick, the throw-in, in fact, is done from the right place. Rio Deal, and that ball back to the keeper is testing. Phil Draycott will pounce on it. There was an opportunity for the counter. There still might be. Here's Atwell. Ianelli. Freshwater assessing his options. He's got time, a bit of space. Ianelli tries to make something out of nothing. Stephen Zabby once again with the ball over the top, and once again it falls for nothing. This type of football just doesn't seem to be working for either side. As I say that, it's great work from Robbie Carter. Plays the ball in, Doncaster. Mistimed effort, but it's the best effort Winslow have had so far in this second half. Carter puts it on a plate, and the first time shot wayward. Rob Doncaster. Also with the ball to try and find Watson. Doesn't get there. Williamson jostling in the midfield. Play on, says the referee. Bit of afters from Joseph and Williamson, but Carter currently has the ball and will look to feed it in. Great block from Marvin Hamilton.
Right, now have a word, Ref. Ref, have a word. Get your card out.
Here's the little push and shove from Joseph, and they both fall to the deck. And the Oscar goes to Carl Forster. Keeper to keeper. The wind showing its worth there. Curtis Brown trying to find some room. Draycott has to be careful, he's already carded. The last thing that Bedford would want to do is go down to 10 men. Cade Stevens-Abbey goes hunting for it, chasing after it like a Springer Spaniel. Winslow very comfortable to play the ball at their feet. Trying to work something from the back, and it could fall well. Carter holds it up. Workman tries to lay it back off. Rio Deal with space. Tries to find a little nook or cranny to feed the ball through. No one really on his wavelength, but as we've mentioned, Rio Deal, a bright spark in this Winslow side. Representatives from MK Dons are looking on in the stands and will be encouraged by Rio's performances. Hashtag Bedford from home. We do want to hear from you. Half an hour to go in this fixture. Let us know how you found it. What do Bedford need to do to get something out of it? A point may be quite nice. 3 points, all the better. Challenge from Bunker. Stevens-Abbey, pressurised by Doncaster, still manages to get away with the ball, but has some work to do. Finds Bamford, who finds Hamilton. Poor control from Freshwater. Gives Bedford the throw. Now the wind really starts to howl. You can see it from the players' shirts that are waving in the wind. Referee's blown his whistle. Looks like there may be a substitution. There will be. Ben McGrath will make his way onto the pitch. Phil Draycott, you can only assume, is just getting a few words, and it will be Tyrell McLeod-Bentley to make way. Ben McGrath returns to the fray after a week or so off with illness. Tyrell McLeod-Bentley's day is done. The skipper reintroduced into the midfield. Wearing 14. Let's see what impact he can have on this fixture. Bamford with the shot. Seemingly out of nowhere. Well parried by Charlie Jones. Bedford have a corner. Plucked out of thin air by Josh Bamford. Poor clearance, and Bedford's leading bagsman looking to capitalise on mistakes. Mark Bunker to feed. Low cross. Bedford look to clear. McGrath gets his first touch on the ball. Finds Hamilton. Flicked on. Danny Watson goes down. Referee says play on. Winslow on the counter. Doncaster fed through, offside, however, says the referee. Here's the call for penalty. Yeah, it could have gone either way, the sort of refereeing at the moment, but Nathan Abbey has been booked. Nathan Abbey and others conversing on the sidelines now as we take a stoppage in play to discuss the manager's potential wrongdoings. And Abbey just holding his hands up, sort of going, what have I done wrong? Conversations between the assistant referee and referee, who have been ever so involved in this fixture. Ben McGrath just instructing his team to calm down, which I think is what is necessary in this game. It's been free kick here, free kick there. Both captains just getting a talking to. It's going to be a drop ball. Not too sure why, but we play on. Freshwater tries to find Doncaster. Once again, comes to nothing. Charlie Jones out of his comfort zone, out of his box. Forced to clear. Danny Watson has time on the ball. Tries to find Bamford. Deal blocks it. RBFC Black Forest say hashtag Bedford from home. Black Forest keeps fingers crossed for today's match. Please do. Cleveland say the first team to break wind will be the winner. I might use that. And Minneapolis love Neil Angus's spirited trot. Bamford, Joseph, offside. Scott Joseph just really hasn't got what he would have wanted to have got out of his recent involvements in Bedford colours. It's like Rob Doncaster is coming off. I'll be able to find out who that is once he turns around. Gone with the half tucked in shirt. Interesting fashion choice, and socks rolled all the way up. There he is, Kevin Owusu. Garnan played in the Central African Federation Champions League. I could have just said Champions League, but that may have been slightly misleading. Just showing off his skills there with the ball. Showing potentially what he could do if he was unleashed. Mark Bunker just wants to pick his options and pick them well. Good ball over the top, trying to find Bamford. Ian Ellie, however, to his numbers equal, Pickard and Stephen Zavi. Ben McGrath putting pressure on. Mark Bunker forced to clear into the stands. Winslow looking to waste no time. Here's Rio Deal. Freshwater put under some pressure. Does well. Robbie Carter unleashes Brown. Brown whips one in. Oh! A matter of inches. Curtis Brown with the ball into the mixer. Workman looked to get onto it. Comes off Pickard in the end and glances in front of the post. It will be a corner. But that's a few blades of grass that are currently denying Winslow a 1-goal lead. Andre Rees-Brown is currently down and receiving treatment just inside Winslow's half, which is why we have had the stoppage in play. This is him going down, and the injury, yeah, just a little crush of the calf, but I'm sure he'll be returning to us once he's spent a little bit of time on the sidelines. Ball crossed in, however. Ian Ellie tried to get onto it. Bamford causing him some issue. It was a good ball in. Just not getting the contact he would have wanted. Carl Forster finds Watson. Hashtag Bedford from home. We want to hear from you. Let us know how you're doing and how you're getting on. I'm trying to unlock my phone. My fingers are practically frozen. Bedford FC Boston says 0-0 at 70-minute mark. Exactly that. Thanks for keeping us all informed over on Twitter. And Bedford FC Cleveland say referee Neil Angus has the best run ever. It's like a steed galloping down the side of the ocean sunset. A poetic representation of our man in the middle. Lewis Workman's job is done. Abuzar Khan, wearing 15, who enters the fray. 2 substitutions up top for Winslow, looking to change the picture in front of goal. Draycott's shot is blocked. The conditions still causing trouble. It is cold and windy. Not the most ideal environment to be playing your football in. Ben McGrath won't mind this ball with a bit too much oomph on it. Freshwater. Ian Ellie turns. McGowan onto Carter. Shrugs off defenders, as does Antwell. He does well. Here's Owusu. Freshwater once more. Owusu. Winslow comfortable with keeping the ball, but a quick counter could cause issues. Charlie Jones is required to come out of his net as Scott Joseph await. And a scuffed clearance may give Bedford an opportunity to strike. Marvin Hamilton will make his way from his centre-back position to feed this one in. Danny Watson, Josh Bamford and Scott Joseph lie waiting in the middle. Who will it fall to? Joseph it is. Goal kick, however, as it comes to nothing. Scott Joseph once again looking fairly heavy-legged after 75 minutes. Played the full 90 in his debut against Sheffield, but looked tired after in the last sort of 10 minutes of that fixture. Only just returning from injury, signed from Biggleswade last week. A lot of people wanted his signature. Fell to Bedford, the Bitcoin effect. Ian Ellie, Owusu, real estate in front of him, tries to find a ball in behind. No one running onto it, and Forster hoofs this ball down. Bamford could get onto it, he can't. Strong challenge from Watson on Ian Ellie, who recovers the ball at the second time of asking. Atwell feeds the ball in behind. Here's the new man. Khan, once again, gets another go at it. Corner, says the referee. It was a good ball in. Abuzar Khan causing trouble. Forster blocking. Will be a corner, however. Lots of men ushered into the box. Lots for Williamson to pick out. It's a lovely ball in. Falls to Freshwater, who mistimes his header. Nothing coming for Winslow still. "87 goals this season for Winslow. That is, it's fair to say that's quite a few. Only Stotfold have scored more. They're on 100. So keeping a clean, that man Carl Forster keeping a clean sheet is no mean feat. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. Here's Scott Joseph. Trying to find Bamford in the middle. Falls to McGrath, who this time finds Bamford. Stephen Zavi from long range. Bunker getting a bit of jeering from the crowd as his shot goes far and wide. Another substitution. Sam Rogers will be making his way onto the field, and Danny Watson is coming off it. Good game for Danny Watson. A rare start for the older, experienced head. And Sammy Rogers, who, as we all know, can inject a bit of magic into any game, makes an appearance on the bench. Curtis Brown, however, the latest to get onto it. Brown, one-on-one with Forster. Deflection off Draycott, denying the follow-up. Brown and Draycott at the races. Brown got there first. Forster does well to get down, and Draycott called back into duty. Ball just flicks off his back and heads over actually into the playground, which is just out of picture behind the goal. Now, Williamson has put some pretty decent crosses in so far this afternoon. None of them met with a meaningful header. Can this one be any different? No. Once again, a good cross to McGowan on the far post. Once again, it comes to nothing. 10 minutes to go. Still, no goals for either side. Mario Spielhofer on Twitter. Oh, they're the kids. They're having fun. Mario Spielhofer on Twitter. Let's go. Last 10 minutes, enough time to win. Hashtag Bedford from home. The Thor Maxian, intense game for 0-0. Feels like it could be won or lost at any moment. Very true. And Asher68W on Twitter says a huge turnout for Real Bedford in Santa Monica, and has supplied us with a lovely photo. Great to have you all with us. Some nice food and drink going on there as well. Lovely decor. Give us a wave. And Cleveland said, what happens when someone gets very angry in cold weather? The person has a meltdown. There you go. We've resorted to rubbish puns. I think we're 5 games in. And so I'm pretty impressed that it's taken us this long to get onto dad jokes. Do keep bringing those in. Might warm us up. Bit of laughter. At the moment, there's not too much to smile about for either side in this fixture. Nothing coming at either end. Brown onto McGowan. Williamson. A bit of space in the midfield. Rogers trying to pressurise him. Brown. Good ball up to Carter. Lays it off for Atwell. Back to Brown. Draycott clears. Winslow putting on a lot of pressure at the moment. Bedford with fair few answers to it. Josh Bamford sets off Joseph. Joseph could get onto this. Ianelli doing well. Joseph still has it though. Turns, tries to get the shot off. Goal kick, says the referee. Just like that, Bedford down the other end. There was the ball, and Joseph just needed to get the shot off. Yeah, just a mistimed hit. Carter releases Brown, who runs out of room. Just having to turn my back to the field of play as the wind whistles in my face. It is that stiff and icy. I didn't miss anything, did I? No, we're still 0-0. That's good. That would have been terrible if I'd just turned away at the wrong moment. Well, trapped down by Atwell. Lovely touch. And he's off. Charlie Atwell tries to feed it in. Hamilton blocks. Rogers trying to release players on the counter. Good work, and McGrath has it. Over the top. Scott Joseph was offside, however, and Charlie Jones will sweep things up. Very much playing that sweeper-keeper sort of role. High risk, high reward stuff. Pickard clears. Atwell with the switcheroo. Does well. Owusu in space. Owusu cuts back on the inside. Great save from Forster. The follow-up denied. Once again, the hands of Kyle Forster come to Bedford's rescue. Owusu with the shot. Kyle Forster. And diamonds are indeed forever. Incredible work from Bedford's number one. Denying Kevin Owusu an opportunity. I can't stress to you enough how difficult that save would have been in these conditions, the ball bobbling up and down. Little slip from Forster. Ball trickles through. Back to Jones. Rio Deal tries to play the ball in behind. Forster comes out of hiding. It's again Carl Forster. Joseph could get onto this, just can't trap it down. End-to-end stuff in the worst way possible. It's goal kick after goal kick, going back and forth, back and forth. You'd imagine about 6 or 7 minutes to go with added time. We had the little issue with the referee and the sideline. Rio Deal can't keep the ball in field. Mark Bunkert from just below us with the long throw. Scott Joseph tries to control it. Free kick, says the referee. This could be an opportunity for Bedford to strike. Bit of tussling before the throw. And it's Rio Deal once again. Phil Draycott with his left boot will deliver towards a waiting huddle of yellow, blue and maroon. Ball to the far post. Hamilton could have got onto it. Didn't. Falls to nothing. It's a good ball in. The wind probably just taking it out of reach. McGowan put under pressure. Owusu, who's been electric since his introduction into this fixture. Here's Freshwater. Crosses it over to Atwell. Stretching Bedford's line. Trying to create those holes up top. Carter lays it off to Brown. Brown into the middle. Bunker forced to clear. Reece Brown can't get on anything onto it. Stephen Zavi over the top. Rogers tries to get onto it. Deal. Out to Owusu. Sets off. Stops. Waits. Loses it. Cade Stevens-Abbey in picture. Just controlling things well. He's had a good game, Stevens-Abbey. Deal. Williamson. Ianelli. No one on that. Clock heads into the red. We're into added time. Still, no goals scored. Owusu and co will look to change that. Great ball over to Brown. Goal kick. Two minutes of added time is the call. Let us know, hashtag Bedford from home, your calls for man of the match. Try and read some of those out and decide for our own. Owusu to Williamson. Good ball into Brown. Brown one-on-one. Ball heads into the sky. Pickard forced to clear. Falls to Khan. Heartbreak for Bedford.
Who are you? Who are you? That's what you get for playing like that all game.
Last gasp effort
Ambition, son.
for Mabuzar Khan.
Have a bit of ambition, Bedford. Nothing.
Not much you can really say about that.
30 seconds to go.
Williamson with a lovely ball in. Curtis Brown was one-on-one. Pickard with a headed clearance, but it falls to Khan. Strikes it sweetly. Finds the back of the net. Elation for the home side. Desperation for Bedford. They need to find something in a matter of seconds. Abuzar Khan getting a yellow for taking his top off in celebration. Final substitution for Winslow is Robbie Carter, who will make way. Adam Beckett. I'm pretty sure he'll come on. It is. Beckett, who scored the last-minute equaliser in the game on Tuesday against Long Crendon. Added enforcement to the midfield. Back to Forster. Plays it up the park. Bamford tries to get something onto it. Last chance saloon. Owusu. Ball over the top. Khan. Offside. Bedford will waste no time. Be Forster who will take pretty much everyone in the Winslow half at the moment. Where does it fall? Joseph has it for a moment. Owusu again. Switches flanks. Sammy Rogers gets back. Forster once again boots it long. Trying to find something. An aerial challenge on Scott Joseph. It's Alex McGowan who's gone down, clutching his shoulder. That could be nasty. Yeah. Contact in the air, and they both fallen. McGowan looks all right. Joseph back to his feet as well. Because they've had treatment, both will have to leave the pitch. McGowan and Joseph. Looks like Phil Draycott will be the man to feed. This, you have to assume, one of the last moments of this match. Everything lies with Phil Draycott. Bedford wants something out of this. It hits the wall, gets a deflection, it will be a corner. The wind is howling in Winslow. Both players return to the field, Joseph and McGowan. Mark Bunker will bring this corner in. Forster at the moment staying where he is. Bunker feeds, the referee's whistle has gone. Let's see what's going on. Scott Joseph and Charlie Jones, it seems, having a bit of a scuffle. Now, we've had a rehearsal. Here's the final performance. Bunker, good ball in. Who's it fall to? No one from a Bedford perspective. Brown goes up the field, Owusu. And that is the game. Final score
Yellows!
in Winslow.
Yellows! Come on!
Winslow United FC 1, Bedford FC 0. Heartbreak in the dying moments of this fixture. Abuzar Khan, the difference. When the clock was in the red, we thought that Kyle Forster had kept Bedford out of this fixture, Winslow out of this fixture, in fact. This from Owusu and Williamson, both had been impeccable all game. Lovely ball in towards Brown. Draycott doing ever so well to mediate things, but it's the bounce of the ball that goes Winslow's way. It's two losses on the bounce for Bedford, but two very different performances. This, the far more brighter against much sterner opposition. Mother Nature had something to say about it. Conditions not very favourable. But nevertheless, it's Winslow who once again walk away with 3 points. Final score, Winslow United 1, Bedford FC 0.